Okay, I wasn't planning it, but I guess this has turned into a series, and this will be the last to it because I'm going to bed. But I just got a little bit more revelation as to the chair that I was sitting in, and I kind of explained it. And, sometimes like these things, they can have like layers to them, right? Like twofold, threefold, fourfold, of different meanings. But remembering in my dream when I was in that chair with the water, the light was like, I'm noticing now when it's like a really dark, when it's really dark, it's usually representing like evil. But when there's light and it's very bright, there's light, there's goodness, there's it's more heavenly. It's a good thing, right? So there was light while I was in that chair. But it was like a dim light, and it was like a white light. When I see yellow light in my dreams, I really feel like the comfort of the Holy Spirit, like the presence of the Lord and his comfort. But the white light is more of like exposing things, and cleansing. And so it was like dim, and it was just like in the room at that table when that guy put the necklaces on the table. It was also like that. It was more of like dark, but then there was like a light at the table, and like again, like exposing. So in that chair, it was definitely like a white light, and it was also dim. Like the lights were out or around the room, but it was just like over the chair mostly. And so really it was actually representing deliverance. It was representing, time kind of in the cave with the Lord, him taking time to do some inner healing on you, right? And that water that was flowing was like his spirit, moving through you, and and so like it being like a massage chair, it was like, supposed to be like representing that comfort and him like cleansing. We're saved by the washing and renewal that comes through the Holy Spirit. And so there was that. And then remember those necklaces like appeared like out of nowhere. And then I knew, oh my gosh, it's that. And so there was like a demonic spiritual thing attached to that, and I resisted it, right? And so it was like in that, like, things come up, right? Things come up as the Lord is doing a work, and things try to attack at the same time, right? But the Lord is still doing a work, right? I stayed in that chair, and I let the Lord do what he needed to do, right? To expose things, to remove things, to teach me things, right? So it's not easy going through the wilderness. It's not easy letting yourself be pruned, letting yourself be exposed, letting yourself be cleaned up like that, right? It's not easy. But again, like, the Lord's the one who drew me away, right? He drew me away to work on me. I didn't go into the ocean like where I was originally, in the dark, trying to bring up things from the past, trying to find things at the bottom of the ocean floor. When it's at the bottom of the ocean floor, I don't need to go to there. I don't need to go, I don't need to do that. Like, the Lord's it's forgiven me. Like, that's in the past. But like when I'm in the chair, it's different. It's like, it's something that's between you and God. It's about your relationship with the Lord. It's about him healing you. It's about his presence. It's about him bringing back things, right? And giving you a new perspective, shifting your beliefs, shifting things that, he's like, I don't like this, or I don't like that, and it's about being in a secret place with the Lord, being in that intimate place with the Lord, right? And how, like, God will have seasons where he needs to draw us away just to be with him, right? And the darkness and stuff, like, that gets dealt with in the light, not in the dark. And it's in an intimate place with him where that's dealt with, in the heart. right? Because he's got to replace everything that was in the darkness with himself. But anyway, so I get out of the chair, and all the clothes, I had all my clothes on, so my clothes were sopping wet, and so I had to take them off, right? So it was that same thing about like those old garments. Like, I don't need these garments anymore. So the enemy will put a false identity on you, and I'm taking it off. Like, I'm taking it off and taking it off, all these false identities, these layers of lies, these layers, right? And just taking them off, taking them off. And then, like, I knew I needed to get out of there because the girls outside were waiting on me. And I realized it's like, there's time. But like when it's the next season, it's next season. And what did I do? The very next thing, I started throwing water balloons at people. Super freaking excited. Remember in the water balloons, that water was representing the Holy Spirit. And I was like, truth bombing. I was truth bombing, right? Right. Okay, so there's a purpose for the seasons that we go through, and it's to grow us and to help us be who we were meant to be, right? And if it's to throw water balloons at people, you throw those water